Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about time and time management and pretty much using the excuse of time. So being a trainer, obviously you hear different excuses, and one of the most common ones is time. A lot of people say they don't have time to make it to the gym, they don't have time to track their macros, whatever it might be, but everyone blames the amount of time that they have in their day. So okay, my first thought would be, how are you using your time? I consider myself pretty busy. I have a full-time job. I also do online training stuff. I edit videos for this YouTube now and then my other YouTube channel. So I spend a lot of time trying to be productive with those things, but I also find myself spending time that I think is just a waste. That's kind of where you have to evaluate yourself and be honest with yourself about, where am I spending most of my time at? Watching any video on time management, you can just pretty much assume that these are going to get brought up. So I was looking into statistics for this video, and the statistics were like absolutely ridiculous. I really had no clue how bad this problem actually was until I started researching the numbers, and they are literally astonishing. So the average amount of time that a person spends a day on their phone, according to like a ton of sources, I went to a lot of different sources because when I saw the number, I legitimately thought that can't be right. 5.7 hours is how long people spend on their phone on average a day. That is ridiculous. So 5.7 is actually the average, but think about people who spend more time than that. There's another statistic that said over 10% of people spend 12 hours or more a day on their phone. That is ridiculous. So we're going to use 5 hours on average, for example. In the course of a year, you are on your phone for over 70 days. Think about how much you could get done. If I sat here and told you, hey, you have 70 days to work on a project that you want to get done, we're going to give you an extra 70 days. Do you think you'd be able to get some stuff done? You don't even know it, but you're looking at this multiple times a day. What adds up to 5 hours a day and ends up being 70 some days in a year. It's ridiculous. Literally 20% of your time is spent on a phone. Now, I understand that some people run businesses from their phone. I spent a lot of time on my phone before I got a camera and a computer back here that I built. I was doing everything from here. I was doing content creation. I was like reaching out to clients. I was recording videos. I was spending a lot of time on the phone, and don't get me wrong, there can be good purposes for it. But again, this is something where you have to sit and evaluate yourself and say, okay, where am I spending time? Is it watching TV? Could you maybe watch less TV? I'm not telling you to completely stop watching TV. If you enjoy watching TV, watch TV. If you enjoy being on your phone, be on your phone. It's not a problem unless you start neglecting other things in your life to be on the phone more, or to watch the TV more, or to play PlayStation more. And literally all of those things I do. I get on my phone, I like to play games sometimes, I like to watch car shows. All that's fine, you just got to find the perfect balance of where you can take away from things that you enjoy and maybe are overdoing, and take away from those, and then you say, okay, let's just use the fact that you say you can't afford an hour to go to the gym. You don't have that time in your day. You're too busy. But you also say that you like watching TV, and you've been watching TV for like, let's say 2 hours a night. So you got to decide which one's more important to you and which one is more beneficial to you. And maybe you could take away an hour of watching TV and then put that hour towards the gym. We could even take this and run with it. Let's say it's not even about fitness. It's not about tracking your macros. It's not about going to the gym. This is like one thing you always wanted to do was start a business. And you spend a lot of time on your phone, and obviously businesses take time. You got to manage things. You got to advertise yourself. You got to like do the whatever your business is, whether it's like building things or grooming dogs or whatever. My point is, you have to sacrifice the things that are easy. Like watching TV is easy. Looking at your phone is easy. You got to get out of that comfort zone of just being on your phone for several hours and then go do something productive. Go do something that's way out of your comfort zone. My point is, you do have time. You just spend it in all the wrong places. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who are extremely busy. Let's say that, dad's at work, mom is staying at home taking care of a new baby. The kind of stress from like staying home and taking care of a new child and then trying to balance work, then balance all these other things into it, it definitely makes it a lot harder. But still, you got to reevaluate yourself and say, do I have time? Is there anything that I can do to sacrifice a little bit of my time that I spend just for pleasure or whatever? Is there any way that I can make it work for me? So okay, what I want you to do right now is I want you just to think in your head kind of what you can do and what areas you can improve. Maybe spend a little less time on the phone, maybe spend a little less time watching TV, and do things during those hours that you spend on a device or a TV or whatever to actually benefit you. So since this is about being honest with ourselves, I'm going to tell you kind of where I figured I was slacking off, just because transparency. And I want you to know that I'm not sitting here and trying to claim that I'm some superhuman, because there are times where I think I spend too much time just scrolling on Facebook. I set a timer on my Facebook to go off after 15 minutes. So at 15 minutes, it says, hey, you've spent 15 minutes on Facebook. And I get aggravated and I shut my phone off. I would recommend taking those steps, because I realized that when I was taking this Master Trainer course that I had to take an aggressive approach if I wanted to get stuff done. There was a lot of book work. There was 3 courses that I had to do. The problem was each course is supposed to take 8 months. So if you do the math, 3 times 8 is 24. So that's 2 years. And there was actually a point where I sat there and I was like, okay, I am going to have to figure out how to make more time to work on this stuff, because I had to read like over 1,200 pages of context. I have to take some very extreme measures to make sure that I pass this course, because if not, it's not going to work. It didn't seem possible. I was like, I just don't have enough time in my day. So I started doing things like setting a timer on my Facebook, and then I realized, wow, like that's 15 minutes that I could have been reading my textbook. When you realize these things and your brain starts to think in a different way and think about how to use your time more efficiently, that's when everything changes. Long story short, for me, I was able to knock out all of those textbooks, and now I'm finally a master trainer. So yeah, those are my feelings on time, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you give the video a like. If you like this kind of content and want some more, let me know in the comments. And until next time, use that time wisely.